Tonight on 24 Frames, we sit down with filmmaker Socheata Poeuv to talk about her documentary film, New Year Baby. We take on Chess Master Faik Aleskerov, team member on the Texas Tech National Championship chess team. We show you the winner of the 2013 Modern Pioneer Film Festival, The Hostage, directed by Ross and Jacob Hamill, and Lenora Sol in our South Plains session. 24 Frames starts right now. In 1975 in Cambodia, the Khmer Rouge took control of the country. They promised peace and stability through a communist regime where the entire country would work together to create an agricultural utopia. They displaced the entire population of 7 million people, moving them out of the cities and into the countryside to farm. They created prisons and arrested anyone with an education, professional background, or those they deemed were striving for personal enterprise. Over 1.7 million people were either murdered or died. Families were torn apart, mothers and fathers separated from their children, and brothers and sisters taken from each other. Socheata Poeuv belonged to one such family. She was born in a Thailand refugee camp after her mother, father, 2 sisters, and brother escaped from the oppressive and violent reign of the Khmer Rouge. They relocated to Dallas, where Socheata was brought up in a normal nuclear family, with a past that made her grateful to be alive. One Christmas, however, everything changed.
I was 23 years old when my parents decided to tell me and the rest of my family, or to speak openly about a secret that they had held for over 25 years. And the secret was that even though they had raised our family as this normal nuclear family with 2 parents and 4 children, we're not normal and nuclear at all.
The Khmer Rouge not only tore families apart, but they built marriages by force to create a population they deemed controllable and subdued. The family secret would change everything that Socheata knew about herself and her family.
My parents were forced to marry by the Khmer Rouge in one of the labor camps that they were both working in, and this was a practice that was very common during the Khmer Rouge era. And in fact, I think it was a tool that was used by the Khmer Rouge to kind of humiliate people who came from an upper class. My mother is ethnically Chinese. She was definitely part of the bourgeoisie class in Cambodia. My father came from a poor rice farming village. He had been a rice farmer and a soldier his whole life. My 2 older sisters are actually my biological cousins. They had been orphaned during the Khmer Rouge years. They had lost their parents and 3 brothers. And my mother eventually adopted them. My brother is actually my half-brother. For my mother's previous marriage, she had lost her first husband and her daughter, and that made me the only child of my 2 parents. This also meant that our family was kind of this patchwork quilt of survivors.
This revelation sent Socheata on a journey to rediscover the truth of her family's past. She went back to Cambodia with her parents to explore and understand their history. It was after documenting this journey that Socheata believed she should create a documentary film and share her family's story.
When I heard about this family secret, within that year, my parents and I decided to return to Cambodia to meet some of the people I've never met before and see some of the sites of my ancestral homeland. And what started as kind of documenting the family trip slowly became a documentary film project after I had the chance to really witness some very moving and emotional scenes of my parents reuniting with people who they haven't met before, and also having this opportunity to really interview them about their story of how they survived. And so it was only after I returned from that trip and watched a lot of the footage that I began to think that there really could be a documentary film here, and that's when I kind of moved full steam ahead into trying to fashion this into a film.
New Year Baby is the award-winning film that Socheata directed, which tells the story of her family's legacy, and more importantly sheds light on the atrocities of the Khmer Rouge. In some ways, it has brought healing to Socheata's parents.
It's really been amazing, and I think it's even been more kind of a revelation for my parents, because this is a story that, of course, they were afraid to talk about, a story they were afraid to speak. And then suddenly to have this story broadcast nationally, and for so many people who've never met them before to hear about some very intimate details of their life has been a revelation for them, because they have realized that they can do this, they can step out in this courageous way and still be celebrated for their heroism and for their story and their contribution.
The story of the Cambodian genocide is not just about what happened and those who were killed. The legacy remains in the stories of the survivors, the humanity that might have been sucked dry or destroyed, but instead evolved into courage and the strength to move on. Socheata started a project called the Khmer Legacy, where survivors can share their stories so that the world will never forget.
Khmer Legacies began with the mission to create a videotape archive of personal testimonies from people that survived the Cambodian genocide. And the idea is for the younger generation to actually interview the older generation about the story of their life and the story of their survival.
More information can be found at khmerlegacies.org. Faik Aleskerov has been playing chess his entire life. From parks in Azerbaijan as a boy to a national champion with the Texas Tech chess team, he has traveled the world playing the game he loves. As a boy, while his friends played in the streets, Faik instead focused on his craft to become one of the best chess players in the world.
I remember the story, like, when I was kid, like, there's like national championship. I used to have, I should have to prepare for the tournament, and there was like snow outside. And I was going out, like looking at the kids because they're like, skiing, like doing different, playing snowball. And I decided, by the time they're resting, having fun, I will just go play chess and win the tournaments. I just wanted to prove that I'm doing a good job.
At the age of 9, Faik came in second at the Youth World Championships and was heralded as a national chess hero.
In 1994, at the World Youth Championship, I got the first medal for my country. Like, it was like huge deal at that time for my country, and it was pretty epic because I had to go last round with fever, because if I go to the doctor, I would have to like expel from the tournament because they wouldn't let me to play. But I decided, it's like I have to play. So we didn't tell anything to the doctor, and I won the last round and I got the medal.
Having such success early on never hindered him from pursuing excellence in the game of chess, and he continues to find challenges.
It's like all the time, chess is like you have to study all the time because as you know, the chess now is like going different level because all this new computer program, chess softwares, they help you, they refute, like for example, which like a couple years ago, because all the strongest chess softwares, you have to work all the time.
It's those challenges of the game that keep Faik focused on the little things that can separate winning from losing.
As a chess player, when you play a chess tournament, you have to be professional and physically get ready for the tournament. Sometimes, in the middle of the tournament, sometimes you play outstanding, but then physically you are exhausted.
The mental focus and preparation it takes to win on the top levels of chess competition is exhausting. A game can last anywhere from 5 minutes, like when Faik beat me in 6 moves, or even up to 6 hours. Talk about character building. And while chess has been a huge part of Faik's life up until now, he hopes to take the skills and education he learned in chess and at Texas Tech and apply them to a future in business.
In chess, every game you have to fight. You have to fight till the end. You never give up. I had lots of challenge situations in my life, but I would say because I'm grateful to the chess, just to help me as a strong person to make a right decision, to analyze situations like chessboard. I just try to take the chessboard, compare with my life, so it helps me to make right decision. And now, yeah, that's also one of the good part of the chess.
Faik has been part of 2 national championship teams at Texas Tech University and will graduate with a business degree in the fall. Don't go anywhere. Coming up next, we show you the winner of the 2013 Modern Pioneer Film Festival, The Hostage, directed by Ross and Jacob Hamill.
Oh, you have got to be kidding me.
Stay safe, follow my directions exactly. Change into the uniform, take the gun, go to 42nd and Langston and find the excavation site. Once you're inside, go to the lowest level. No one will be there to stop you. Once you are on the lower level, you will see a hostage masked and tied to a chair. Shoot him. He's the man who wants you dead. Wait long enough to make sure he is dead. Then you can leave and forget that this ever happened.
Oh, what the heck happened? Are you?
You? Looks that way.
Wait, what are you doing here?
I got here right before you did. And this isn't the first time I've been here. A couple days ago, I was told to come here and kill a hostage. Right before I did, somebody knocked me out. All I can hope for is that he has some answers.
Surprise! I bet you're just dying to know what's going on. Short version, you hate yourself. So you created me to take care of the problem because you couldn't take care of it yourself. I planted the gun and the voice recorder in your car and led you here. Nobody would ever suspect us being here. The research team was here illegally, so nobody would know where they went missing. Clearing the place out wasn't very difficult. What I wasn't counting on was your crazy brain creating another one of you to try and stop me. But the brain adapts, and here we are. So, what are you gonna do? Brought us here to kill us? You're sick!
Hey, whoa, wait a minute, let's just think about this.
I may have left out one tiny detail.
You shut up! None of this would have happened if it weren't for you. What detail? What is he talking about?
The cycle can only be stopped one way. We all have to go.
You didn't think this through very well, did you? So we're the ones with the guns and you're the one tied up.
Culture Clothing in Lubbock specializes in recycled fashion. They buy and sell hand-picked brands for both men and women. Fashion, art, community. Culture Clothing.